Hi, my name is Christopher Johnson. This is the entrepreneurial marketing course assignment trying to find ideal client and market identification. Uh, I am working with oneoffoutlet.com. It is an online retailer that focuses on value branded items for women. The ideal client is 30-year-old woman, moderate income of 32,000 a year, generally a size 12, lives in a rural community in the USA, because right now we're at the MVP stage of development, so we're just keeping it within the United States. Value conscious shopper, purchases clothing online often. She's got a practical sense of fashion. Generally, it's because maybe some slight insecurities, whether it's changing in public or self conscious issues. Um, she likes to save money on not purchasing expensive clothing, but taking that money and maybe putting it in other ways. Maybe it's experiences or trips or something with more utility rather than fashion. Um, she doesn't like to shop in regular stores because she feels that they're not really private. So she's very private in that way. Um, Also, we find that our target market utilizes a lot of social media. She spends a lot of time on there, whether it's for shopping or socializing or communicating. She participates, she takes opinion polls, and so on and so forth. She faces a lot of problems. One of them is that she's got a limited income, but she wants quality clothing. So she has to value shop and look for discounts. Another is that she's uncomfortable with changing in public in a lot of atmospheres, whether it's in a small department store, large department store. It's just the dislike and uncomfortability of being in public and changing clothes is not really for her. Uh, she puts some money away each paycheck with an eye on the future, knowing that if she sacrifices now, she'll be able to have a nice retirement. It's not really steady, it's pretty fragmented, which is a commonplace scenario with life happenings with our target demographic between 25 and 54. I'd imagine she probably drives a four-door sedan, nothing too fancy, but something with high utility, very effective resale value, or just a value purchase in general. Efficient on gas. Grooming habits are probably light to moderate. She doesn't get her nails done every week or any of that stuff. She just gets a haircut when necessary. And she prints a lot of coupons from internet sites and groceries for all of her standard purchases. So she's again showing that she's value conscious in other aspects of her life that transition over outside of fashion. So the four targeting characteristics of our ideal client, the demographics would be that she's a female, she's age 25 to 52, moderate income, high school education or more, body size is between 8 and 18. She's employed, generally a self motivated, independent woman, and can also have a family, but she is employed, so she is conscious of spending habits. Geographic location for this purpose, since it's an MVP, is the United States of America and in a rural community. Now, this is important because if they have department stores where the person is at, yes, they may shop with us, but at a less likelihood of going and getting an immediate satisfaction from purchasing it right away. Now, if it's a woman in a rural community who does not have access to a mall within several hours, it may be more convenient for her to have it shipped to her and purchased from us at a discount. Also, it offers a wider selection, which is also key to our target demographic client. Psychographics. Our target client, more or less has a positive outlook on things. She's saving, she's looking forward to the future, and so on. She desires to accomplish more. So she wants to have an effect in her life and her children's life, if she has any, and family and friends. She really wants to do more. This is where that utility of having something of value and that is of quality, a lot of this is assimilated to somebody who's pushing ahead in life rather than downtrodden saying, I don't care. Sociable attitude. This is important psychographic for us because she needs to be able to evaluate our product, review it, talk about it, communicate her attitude towards it, and also has a understanding of how the social platforms work so she can do so. She's value oriented. She needs to be conscious of the dollar she spends because she earns it herself, more than likely. And quality is a concern because she likes longevity out of a product rather than spending a couple of dollars and having it last a short period of time. And patience. Now, patience is a psychographic with not really familiar with shopping, but the patience comes in is that she allows for shipping to happen, right? She doesn't have to have it right now. She allows for deals to come to fruition, so she'll wait 3 days if the price drops. So having that as a psychographics is very important. Behavior graphics. She needs to shop online regularly, whether it's buying clothes or small items or even larger items. But we'd like to focus on online shopping, regular purchases, and that could be anything from music to other digital streams to Netflix to recurring purchases. As long as she's familiar with purchasing online, that's something we need to have. She searches for coupons and discounts. So she may not be a coupon hound, but she knows how to do a Google search for a coupon to get a discount. Also, she uses social media and multiple platforms like Twitter and Foursquare and different unique social media platforms is something that she needs to have a behavioral characteristic of. She also engages in social commentary through reviews, blogs, and posts. Now, what we found is that the people whom socialize the most online can be your biggest, best, and worst advocates. So if you're confident in your product and you've done a good job with everything, you want to target those that are socially active through reviews, blogs, and posts. And so that would be our target client. Okay, so we get down to the potential number of ideal clients. There we go. So obviously it's a female. So the population estimates for females in the United States is that there's 50.8% of 321 million U.S. citizens. And this is from the Census Bureau. So it's fairly accurate, fairly to date, pretty good thought. So about half of the population is what we're after. We need to whittle that down a few ways. One is we could go to one of our social platforms that we're looking to exploit, like Facebook, do the Google Ads page right here, and you put in your demographic that you're looking for, and it's United States, age 25 to 52, woman. Some detailed targeting down here. I put online shopping. So people who are this demographic on Facebook looking for online shopping. You come over here to the right, and it tells you there's 32 million potential customers on Facebook looking for online shopping that are in our demographic. And we could hone this down into very minute detail with some analyst of postings and things like that as well, which we're working on. And then there's not that one, this one, the Department of Labor up here in the top left. You'll see if you go to this website, they've got great statistics, and it's not really loading at the moment for some reason, probably because I spent 8.5 minutes talking about other things. But here I was able to pull some information about participation of women employed, determined by their age on the right side, the year, their gender, and it ultimately told me that 70% of our demographic is employed, which is very good for us because we'd like for them to be employed. That's very important for us because that shows recurring income and they can continue to purchase from us. We also did the standard rate and data services page. We went through the information, but it was too narrow based on city by city demographics for us to pull information back. But we could use it going forward in determining markets to exploit, like focusing on websites that do shopping online. We could buy ads through that system there. So that's pretty effective for us, but it really isn't where we're at in trying to pinpoint our ideal client. We can reach them through that, but it's not defining it through the SRDS Hunter Library system. Can we reach the customers easily? I think so. I mean, we've defined our client, and the way that the market's moving is online. So if we connect with Facebook ads, Google ads, Instagram, Twitter, Amazon ads, we'll be able to convey our message to somebody socially apt to being a part of shopping online. We'll also use Google Alerts, Twitter search, Facebook, and so on and so forth to be aware of the language and to be able to communicate with our target demographic. So being aware of trends and their interest of our demographic, will be able to reach them more effectively and efficiently over time. What are the problems, right? So the problems our ideal client has is they have limited income, right? They have the social phobia of changing in public and the lack of time to shop in a traditional store. So they can't drive 5 hours away to the department store because they're in rural America. And they don't really have a large selection in some of these department stores for them to fit something of their desire, their personality, their size. So the solution is that we are offering brand name clothing in the color and size that they'd like to have. The value proposition is the price that they'd like to have it. And to satisfy the wants, so they can find what they like in the price that they like it and have it delivered to them. So satisfying the customer's needs and fulfilling that need for the solution and the problem. Making the clothing available online is a convenient way for shoppers with little time and social phobias to address these issues. So essentially, we've solved the problem of having a lack of, not having enough money, not finding what you want, and bringing it all to your doorstep. And I hope that satisfies the need for this particular exercise. Thank you and have a good day.